Namaste and welcome to Cracks in Consciousness, where the world is more than we know. I'm McDowell Graham. I'm an author, intuitive mentor, and therapeutic storyteller. My calling and service to others is to help people see themselves and their place in the world through new eyes. At the heart of my practice is a three-step process called Examine, Envision, Emerge, which shapes this journey towards creating and manifesting the life that's in your best and highest interest. So how can we get started on this journey of discovery? We begin by examining your current thoughts, create what I call cracks in consciousness to help you see your thoughts in a new way, and then to create new thoughts based on your own personal truth. Today's thought healing topic is belief, what it is and how it impacts our choices, actions, and decisions. We walk through our world doubting and believing. We often do this without reflection and often develop strongly held views, some based on unexamined assumptions and biases. Our doubts and beliefs influence and shape how we define our reality and how we experience the world around us. Beliefs can be empowering or limiting. Empowering or positive beliefs allow us to act resiliently, believe in ourselves, and invoke positive thoughts and emotions. Limiting or negative beliefs prevent us from fulfilling our true potential, hold us back, and give rise to negative thoughts and emotions. Now, some people say that they believe only in things that can be proven scientifically, logically, or rationally. There are many reasons why people choose this way of perceiving the world, which we'll explore in this video. All of us have our own set of beliefs that shape our lives. This set of beliefs affects what we think about ourselves, others, and our world. It also greatly influences our emotions and actions, which also means that it can affect how successful and happy we are. This is why beliefs are so important and worth examining and understanding. So what do we mean when we say belief? Well, a belief is something we consider to be a fact. It's anything that we assume to be true. Belief does not require active introspection and circumspection. For example, we don't wonder whether the sun will rise. We just assume with confidence without question that it will. In a sense, our beliefs create our sense of reality. Beliefs are basically the guiding principles that provide direction and meaning in life. We use our beliefs to understand and navigate our world. Our beliefs also dictate what we consider to be possible or achievable. For all these reasons, this is why we generally try to preserve our beliefs after they're formed and guard them carefully. Yet most people are not aware of their own beliefs because they've never taken the time to analyze them carefully. Our beliefs tend to function as our subconscious autopilot. Once formed, these beliefs become ingrained in us. We take them for granted, and we also assume our beliefs to be factual, whether or not they actually are. Our beliefs determine if we consider something or someone to be good or bad, right or wrong, beautiful or ugly, desirable or undesirable, safe or dangerous, worthy or unworthy, or acceptable or unacceptable. When we have deeply rooted beliefs that we cling to subconsciously, our minds will constantly look for proof to validate and bolster them. How we think, act, and feel is based upon these beliefs. Now, in my previous video on doubt, I talked about some of the common reasons why we doubt, how doubt often shapes how we navigate our daily lives, and how you can begin to examine and perhaps change your doubts into beliefs. I'm sure it'll come as no surprise that the reasons we believe in any one thing are essentially the same reasons why we doubt. Beliefs often originate from what we hear and keep on hearing from others. So, of course, here's just a few examples of why we are predisposed to believe something. Culture defined as the languages, customs, rules, arts, knowledge, and collective identities and memories developed by members of all social groups that make their social environments meaningful. Culture is deeply ingrained in all of us, whether consciously or unconsciously. Religious or superstitious practices. Maybe you grew up in a religious or superstitious family and you adopted the accepted beliefs of the group. Groupthink. People tend to believe or disbelieve what everyone else believes or disbelieves at any given time. Habit. If you saw my video on doubt, I shared how when I asked a friend why she thought people doubted, she responded with no hesitation, habit. We begin by doubting something and we never question it. It just becomes a habit. I happen to think that the same can be said for belief. It's habit. Other sources of our beliefs include events, knowledge, past experiences, and even visualization, just to name a few. So along with all the reasons why we believe, did you know that there is a biochemistry of belief? Who would have believed it? Sorry, I had to throw that in. The biochemistry of our body stems from our awareness. That is, belief reinforced awareness becomes our biochemistry. As science is proving to us more and more every day, every tiny cell in our body is completely aware of our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. The sensory inputs we receive from the environment undergo a filtering process as they travel across one or more synapses of the brain, ultimately reaching the area of higher processing like the frontal lobes. There, the sensory information enters our conscious awareness. Now, here's the important part. What portion of the sensory information enters is determined by our beliefs. So, in a nutshell, beliefs are the preset, organized filters to our perceptions of the world, both external and internal, which would seem to imply that belief is, in fact, nothing more than self-created filters that can be changed by simply changing how we view and accept the sensory inputs from our environment. So once again, the interesting thing to point out is that, like doubt, belief is an emotion, an attitude, or an understanding that can be changed. Now, I grant you, it's very hard to come to believe that our image of reality is a construction within our own minds. Even when we intellectually accept the fact, it's still extremely difficult not to see the image we have created as only out there. But I think Richard Cytowic said it best in an article he wrote titled "Reality Lies Beyond What We Can Perceive." We once believed that the earth was flat, he said, because we perceived its flatness. We thought the sun and stars circled the earth because it looked that way. But given how often we have wrongly interpreted our perceptions, who is to say how things really are? What we see, smell, hear, taste, and feel are merely the gatekeepers to the mind's reconstruction of reality. Now, in my corporate life, I did a lot of presentations with the vice president of the department. To make the presentation really successful, he told me once, you have to make sure you answer one simple question that everyone in your audience is asking themselves: what's in it for me? They're about to spend an hour or more of their valuable time listening to us pitch something, and we don't want them walking away grumbling, well, there's an hour of my life I'll never get back. Now, I think the same question can be asked when exploring the concept of changing one's beliefs, as well as why you are continuing to watch this video. What's the point? How will it enrich my life? Well, I can only speak for me when I say that for me, the value comes from how I can use it in my daily life, especially since we're still embroiled in the pandemic. I'm sure you feel, as I do, that we're all being forced to embrace chaos and learn how to make decisions based on an increased number of variables and a decreased number of cause and effect relationships. In other words, what used to work in decision making works less and less these days. So for me, developing my instincts inklings, intuition, in order to help me shape my beliefs, helps me to make decisions that are in my best and highest interest, not merely making logical choices based only on what I think I see. Remembering that belief typically invokes an emotion and is a self-defined filter, the interesting thing to point out is that you can change your emotions and reprogram the filters. You can choose to feel one way or another, to be willing to embrace a new belief. Quite simply, when you change your beliefs, your thoughts will change, which will cause your actions to change. And we all know that if we want different results, we must choose different actions. This is how we envision. This is how we emerge. So how do we do that? Here's a few tips and tricks you can use to examine your relationship with belief. First, say this sentence out loud and feel how it resonates with you. My beliefs are a result of self-created filters that can be changed. My beliefs are a result of self-created filters that can be changed. Say this sentence out loud. See how it feels, how it resonates. I believe in things that cannot be proven scientifically, logically, or rationally. That cannot be proven scientifically, logically, or rationally. Say this sentence out loud. Feel how it resonates. There is value in changing my beliefs. There's value in changing my beliefs. Now, make a list of the things you believe right now. Then ask yourself, why do I believe this? Looking back at the various reasons I talked about regarding what gives rise to belief in our lives, do any of these apply to your current belief system? And then last, if there is value in changing your beliefs, what attitudes, emotions, or actions might change? And what might the positive or empowering result be? So I hope you take some time to do each of these activities. The results may just surprise you. So if you like what you heard today, of course, click that thumbs up. If you want to hear more, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Lots more videos coming up in the coming weeks. Check out my website, cracksinConsciousness.com. Sign up for my workshops. And then, of course, order my books often on Amazon and Smashwords for more tips and tricks on how you can crack open your own consciousness and step into the light. Thanks for joining me today. Namaste.